Welcome, artists and art enthusiasts, to my channel. In today's episode, we'll learn how to professionally stretch canvas over a wooden frame so that our painting lasts for many years and looks professional. What will we need for this? A frame. I made this frame myself. In the next episode, you'll be able to find out how to make a frame cheaply without buying it in a store, because frames are expensive. You can make it from MDF, or you can make it from wood. In any larger wood store, you can buy the materials and then make such a frame. A staple gun, you can use an electric one or just a regular manual one. It all depends on you and your budget. If you want to make more paintings, I recommend an electric one. It's easier, but you can also use a regular manual one. The painting, meaning a print on canvas or whatever you've painted. Printed on canvas, which is specifically designed for stretching over a frame. It's strong, you can bend it, and it's easy to stretch. So, let's get to work and get started. We lay the canvas with the image on the table. We place the frame on top. The most important thing is to lay the frame straight. To do this, we fold the sides, adjust here, and check from the other side. If everything more or less lines up and it's reasonably straight, we can move on to the next step. We take the upholstery stapler and get started. First on one side, then on the other, and then on the sides. Remember to always keep the canvas here as even as possible. The more even the canvas, the better the painting will look later. Next, we lift it up and see how the painting looks. Keep this in mind, we always start by working on the sides. And why is that, you might ask? Because later, when we carefully fold the corners, and then when the beautiful painting is completely finished and we proudly hang it on the wall, those corners will be neatly tucked in so that you won't visibly see them from the side when the painting is hanging there. If we do it the other way around, you'll inevitably get unsightly bulges here and it will look quite messy and unprofessional. So remember, we always start with the sides of the painting. We carefully stretch it with our fingers so it's as incredibly tight as possible here. Then we staple it, set it gently aside, then staple it again, set it carefully aside, and finally staple it one more time. Now you can stretch it a bit here with your fingers. Using your fingers is truly the easiest method. While there are special pliers available for stretching, I personally believe that using your fingers is the most straightforward, quickest, and also the most economical approach. We don't need to buy any extra tools. Some pliers are of poor quality, which actually makes things harder for us instead of easier. Always remember, especially here at the corner when you're stretching it, it's important to pay special attention so that it's as tight as possible here. Of course, everywhere should be as tight as possible, but especially here in this corner. Remember this, we always go all the way to the end, on both sides, here all the way to the end, all the way, right? Here on the other side, at the very bottom of the painting, Here and also here, we don't actually go all the way to the very end. I'll demonstrate that in just a moment. We carefully stretch it, making absolutely sure that, just like on the sides, it's pulled perfectly tight everywhere. However, here we intentionally leave a small bit of slack. On just one side, and then on the other side then. Also, we don't go all the way here, we leave a bit of slack. Next, we take the scissors. And here, paying careful attention to the corners, we precisely cut, not too much, just gently trim the very tip. 1, 2. Remembering not to cut too much, we only trim the tip. Next, here in this direction, we look at how to do it. We fold it inward. Next, remembering to keep it quite tight from this side, moving towards the center, and then gently upwards. And here, in this direction, we can check how it turned out. Here you can see it's nice. We can always adjust it or try again. It's important here to keep it tight. Couldn't open it? Try again. We do the same here. Fold it, remembering to keep it nice and tight at this spot. Carefully fold one side, then the other side of the material. And hold it in 2 places. Here, 1 and 2. Turn the picture over. Fold it again. We can always check to see how it ultimately turned out. Looks good. Now we fold here. And once again, I want to stress that this corner needs to be pulled tight. This might be a bit tricky at first, but you can try a few times and you'll definitely get it. Fold it, pull it tight, remembering to make sure this part doesn't stick out like this, because later on it will be visible and look messy. Pull it down. Hop, hop. And just like that, there you go. Our canvas is very nicely stretched, and the corners look very neat indeed. Next, if we want to, although it's not strictly necessary, we can easily hang or securely attach some useful hangers. Really, if we just hammer a nail into the wall, the frame can rest right here on that nail. We can easily hang it up, although some people might prefer. Let me quickly show you while we're at it. If someone truly wants to attach a secure hook, You can certainly use this specific type of hook or a completely different one. Of course, you should remember to place it right here in the middle. So, I will carefully use a precise ruler that I have here to accurately position it in the correct and optimal spot. This is important for ensuring proper alignment and stability before I proceed to securely mount it, which means firmly attaching it into place. There we actually go. And that's it. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out my other videos. I recorded a video on how to save money by stretching a canvas on a frame by yourself. You don't have to hire anyone, any professional, or any company. You can save money by doing it yourself and, at the same time, learn new skills. They'll definitely come in handy in the future.